Please give me love, just while I dry my eyes.
Being able to talk to something that not necessarily will understand what you're saying, but will just like sit there and kind of like listen to you, that's just like one of the best feelings ever.
Joelle Lazarus wants you to hear her story. Her family says it is one going untold in countless schools across our area.
Does that whole 6th grade seem like a bad dream?
It definitely seems like we were living in a different world, because I see her out here and I can see how happy and normal she is.
Christina Lazarus said her daughter was just 11 years old when she was bullied mercilessly at her Howard County Middle School.
And they would follow her, they would appear at her locker, they would appear at lunch at her table. And that's kind of where she just
Couldn't take it.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what to do.
The family says things got so bad, Joelle lost all hope and attempted suicide.
Next thing I know, she's racing towards the road. I scream out to Jimmy that she's ready to, what we thought, get hit by a car, so he had to basically go tackle her in the front yard.
Dad, what's going through your mind?
I mean, super shocked, just never thought that this would happen to us.
In the months that followed, the family said there would be more bullying and more attempts by Joelle to take her own life. A once cheerful and outgoing 6th grader, her parents say she was twice hospitalized for depression over what she said was happening at her school.
I wasn't myself anymore. I didn't know who I was, honestly.
And I think Jimmy and I were at the point we didn't know what to do as parents.
So this is probably the part of the story where you ask why the school didn't do more to help Joelle. Well, the family says the kids Joelle accused of bullying flat out denied doing anything wrong when confronted by school administrators. Joelle's parents say because the administrators didn't witness the bullying firsthand, the case became a she said, they said, and the alleged bullies were allowed to stay in the school. Eventually, it was Joelle that transferred out.
Howard County Schools Superintendent Michael J. Martirano told me student privacy laws prohibit him from saying anything about Joelle's case, but he did want to talk about the challenges schools face overall identifying bullying and helping the students involved.
We had room for improvement, that we were coding things wrong.
An internal review found at the time of Joelle's alleged bullying, Howard County schools were classifying some bullying incidents wrong, leading schools district-wide to underreport the total number of bullying cases, classifying some bullying incidents as false allegations that were actually real bullying. Howard County Schools is now in the process of revamping the way it tracks bullying to avoid undercounting the number of incidents.
If somebody is reporting bullying, we take it at surface and face value that it's bullying, and through that investigation process, respond to the student in a very clear and focused way.
We wanted to know how accurately bullying was being tracked in our other school districts, which is required by law. Keeping in mind, national research shows 1 in 5 students say they've been a victim of bullying. We were surprised to discover school after school in our area, some with thousands of students, that claimed in data they didn't have a single incidence of bullying in a school year.
Just take a look at what we found when we dug into the numbers of some of the largest school districts in our area. Last year in Montgomery County, Maryland, 29% of public schools reported they didn't have a single incidence of bullying in the entire school year. In D.C., last year, 38% of public schools also said no bullying in the entire year. And down in Fairfax County, Virginia, the largest school district in our area, last year, a staggering 54% of public schools said they didn't have a single incident of bullying in the entire school year.
Could that really be true? We asked 17-year-old Sabrina Reyes, a senior at West Potomac High School in Fairfax County, a school of more than 2,600 students that reported 0 instances of bullying last year.
Do you believe that there was no bullying?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Why do you say that?
Because I see it all the time.
Ray has told us the reason bullying can go underreported is that it doesn't always look like it used to. Rather than kids getting shoved into lockers, these days bullying can take on more subtle forms. Kids getting singled out in social circles or targeted on social media. By the way, all that still counts as bullying under the law, even if it doesn't happen on school grounds.
It's not okay. It's just simply not okay. And I just feel like in this day and age, it's highly unacceptable that it just gets swept under the rug.
Things have gotten better for Joelle Lazarus. She's in a new school now, finishing up the 8th grade. Still, her parents worry, what if this happens again? Mom and Dad will be watching, hoping the school system is paying just as close attention.
Love you, sweetie.
I love you.
What's the message of hope?
Just to keep pushing through. Don't ever stop. Because things will always get better in the end, and if they don't get better, then it's not the end.